Hey, what's going on, everybody? We getting ready. Anthony Barker's in the building. He traveled across seas, but this man doesn't stop. You gotta love it, though. Make sure to share. This is gonna be very informative. We're seeing live trades, real money. Stellar Dex. I think we might be in the top 10. I don't know. We have to check and see. Stellar's a powerful blockchain doing real world things. Hope you enjoy it. All right. Hey, what's going on? Anthony, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you well. How are you doing?
Oh, perfect.
Today?
I'm doing good. How you enjoying this weekend, man? I know you traveled just recently.
Yeah, I just got back to North America from Paris, and I'm excited. It was a busy week in the markets.
That's to say the least. I was just checking, and I see that Stellar is in fact back in the top 10. That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
I believe personally it's a top 5 project, but it's great to see us back in the top 10. You know, it's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's been a bit crazy week, and anyway, happy Friday, and let's get talking about markets.
All right. You ready? Let's go hop into it.
Okay, so today we're gonna go through a whole bunch of stuff. Last week we kind of got started going through Stellar Term, and remember. The one golden takeaway that we said is to create a special account for your trade so that when you can go in and you go out and you can do the accounting really easily. Remember?
I remember. That was great advice. I hope you guys are listening to this. This is perfect advice.
Today we're going to go through a couple of other things. We're going to start with Crypto Watch. I don't know if you're familiar with this one. Kraken bought it. But
shout out to Kraken. I think this is a great product.
And you can see all the different exchanges. And I use it sometimes just to see what's happening between the Euro and the XLM on Kraken. But then you can switch right over. You know, here we're looking at it went up, and then it went kind of down, and it's doing okay. It's still at 16 cents in euros. So I'm going to do this in euros. Sorry for the American watchers. But then we're going to switch over to Stellar Term, and you can see this is Stellar X, and you can see, okay, it isn't as active, but the price is pretty much the same, 16 cents, 16 European cents. And the spread here, it's really small, but you can see the spread. Zoom it in. It's 0.4% between the buyers and the sellers, 0.4%. So it's pretty good spread on the Stellar Dex between the Euro and the XLM. And here we're looking at it's a little bit tighter on Kraken, but not hugely tighter. So there is some liquidity between some of the major pairs on the Stellar SDEX. It just doesn't flip around as much, which makes it easier for trading manually. Actually.
Okay.
So last time we went through here. This was Stellar Term. I really like Stellar Term. I noticed they added functionality for Freighter. Have you played with that thing? It's like a in-browser wallet. I got it here. It's like this.
Let's check it out.
Where is it? It doesn't want to work. There it is, Freighter. So you got a Stellar wallet right in your browser.
So this is like the MetaMask that just came out, but for Stellar.
Yeah, exactly.
Incredible.
Okay, and this one is from Stellar Foundation, and there's another one from the guys who work on Stellar Expert, Orbit Lens. He did this other one called Albendo, and it's doing the same thing. This is my public key here, and you can have multiple accounts. You can see your balances, you can see your activity. It's just like MetaMask. Anyway, these these trading platforms are starting to support things like Freighter and Albento for trades. So you don't have to actually give them even your private key to log in. It's pretty cool.
Wow. 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 Yeah, that is incredible. Makes it real easy to use.
Yeah, so like you can go to Stellar Term now and actually log in with your Freighter account. Just set one up. Yep.
Man, it keeps getting easier and easier. This is great. This is
Yep.
great.
Yeah, it's great stuff. So the thing we didn't talk about last time was the trade history when we're setting up trades. It's really good to look at what it traded at last time. So today we're going to still keep talking about the Euro token and in Nigeria because it's a big pair.
Mm-hmm.
And a place you can see what's trading, and I forgot to mention this last time too, is Stellar Expert. You're pretty familiar with Stellar Expert, right?
Yeah, familiar with Stellar Expert.
So they've got a tab here which is called Markets, and you can see on this everything that's got some trading activity. There's lots of kind of joke coins in there, and so you can ignore them because this one lists them all. But you can see like Euro T, Papaya Bots, Bitcoin. I think this is Anchor USD here. You can see today's been a bit quieter, but you can normally see pairs that are trading well.
Okay.
Crypto pairs that are trading. So if you're looking for some assets to trade, it's not a bad site to come to. And you can even then click on one of them, and they'll show you the order book and a chart as well. So it's almost like its own. Shows you some detail, how much it's traded in the past day, and it shows you the order book down here.
Wow.
So
a lot of good data.
Yeah, a lot of good data. Stellar Expert's excellent. So we're looking at Stellar Expert. You can check out the assets in Stellar Expert, which they sort them on sort of on amount of trades, amount of payments have happened. They show all of the tokens, not just the trustworthy ones, but like here's the Nigerian token that we use to pay into Cowrie.
Okay.
Cowrie Exchange, NGNT. And so you can see they've got a kind of a ranking here on weekly volume, how much it's traded, how old is the token, how many payments the token has done, how many trust lines to the token, the number of trades.
Wow.
So you can see here, a trust line, as you probably know, it's like in order to trade a token, normally you have to trust it. So it's got 5,000 trust lines. So
that's a really good sign because obviously that's showing that a lot of people trust it, and you can compare anchors on what you want to choose based on how many people are basically trusting it.
Exactly. And then it's got a link to their website, something about their terms. Gambambi, who is at Meridian, got his contact information.
Great.
Yep. And it shows you the minimum amount if you want to do a deposit or withdraw and the fees. So it's pretty complete.
That's very informative.
So let's continue trading. So here I'm looking at so trade history will show you what it actually traded at last. It's good. Normally I look at bigger trades. So if someone did, I'd filter out small trades for under like a couple bucks and look at only trades for, like this for larger amounts. This one's often you'll see it's lots and lots of little trades though. So go back to the order book. You can see here it's trading at. Can you see my screen pretty well, or?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so you can see here. So remember we said you can look at the chart, look at the last trade. Sort of it was been trading between 595 and roughly 588 here.
Mm-hmm.
So this trade, these orders here at 587 look pretty good to me. So I'm gonna buy them. It's not a lot there. So let's buy 1,000, like $1,200 worth.
So once again, everybody watching, this is an actual trade happening on the Stellar Dex. Once again, Anthony Barker. Look, trade just got completed. That was fast.
Yeah.
That was fast.
So let's go down to Stellar Port. So Stellar Port is it got revamped a little bit after in the past little while. You were just on the phone with
Fred.
Fred, right? And he's sort of managing this now, my understanding.
Yep, that's correct. That's correct. Fred, what he's mentioning is we just did a live stream with his Lightmint gaming console, gaming platform.
Right. So I like this that it shows you the spread.
Okay.
So like, what are you going to lose if you buy or sell across the spread? I like the black theme. It's pretty cool. They lost a couple bit of functionality. They used to be able to click on the asset, and this asset search engine hasn't been updated recently.
Okay.
But the charts are good, and it always flips you back to the BTC thing. Okay. So you can see the chart's been going up for XLM, and so we can come in here. This is not our main trading account. I'm just doing this as a demo. So I'll sell some. I'm going to buy some XLM with Euro T. I don't have a lot of Euro T here. So I'm really going to pay more than I have, so I'm going to put the price. If you click here, it works. Yeah, it calculated the price. We're going to do a limit price. Yeah, one thing I like to do is I like to normally put limit prices instead of market orders, and I do that because a market order, the order could just disappear, and you could pay way more than you actually anticipated. So normally, I always try and put orders in as limit orders.
Okay. Okay. Good to know.
And then, what's once my nickname? So with Stellar Port, they support hardware wallets, secret key. You can use a key store file. You can use a nickname and password as well. I don't have my key with me right now, so I'm gonna not do this trade. But you have to believe me, it'll trade up to here, and we'd get a fill, and it works perfectly.
Okay, so that's
perfectly fine.
So far we've seen Stellar Term and we've seen Stellar Ports.
Stellar Port.
Two different.
Yep.
Yeah, stellarport.io. Two different user interfaces for the Stellar Decentralized Exchange.
I like it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just gonna talk about what I like about this one. I like that they show the last trades right here. That's pretty cool. I like the interface where the order book is along the side here. Mm-hmm. The switching the assets really used to be better, and now it's a little bit harder to switch assets. They need to fix that.
Well, good feedback. Hopefully, if they're listening, because I know that last time we did our trading, we saw feedback from Stellar Term, so that's great. It's a great way for everyone to get feedback on this. Awesome.
Yep.
Before we go into the next trade, why don't you talk a little bit about the Stellar Decentralized Exchange? We may have some new folks listening for the first time.
So within Stellar, there's payments, so that you can use payments. You can use XLM, which is the built-in token, or you can use any token on the system to cash into a bank account or out of a bank account. Or you can pay someone directly and they cash it out. So it would be like a so-called stable coin, like a euro token or a US dollar token. Mm-hmm. And then also built in there is this way of trading the different currencies. So you can trade your XLM for a euro token, and that happens right in the decentralized exchange. So when you do the trade, it actually gets broadcast out to all the different servers on the Stellar network. So the trade might go through a server in the US, might go through a server in Europe, and it's decentralized. So
Wow.
there's no one really controlling it, and it's also programmatically fair. So there's no one who can go ahead of your order, or has got super secret access that maybe you don't have, which is pretty cool.
I just got a post. Stellar Port is listening right now, so he appreciates everything. So that's awesome. This is what it's all about. This is great.
Okay, so we've done the Stellar Port. I like the charting here. It's pretty clean. I like the color. It's all good. Click when you click, puts in the price. It's pretty cool. And well, let's go on to Stellar X. Stellar
All right.
X. Have you used Stellar X before?
Yeah, Stellar X. That was actually the first decentralized exchange I used. Was Stellar X. And
Okay, so they
I liked from the very beginning. They allowed you to connect with Anchor USD to easily onboard, which was a really cool feature.
right. So here's the chart. The chart looks somewhat similar. Let's go. Let's change it out to 3 hour intervals. So you can see that earlier in the week it went shooting up and then down and then somewhere in the middle. It's got this chart for market depth, which shows. I don't use this that much. It shows you how many orders because you can just look at the order book here.
Okay.
Then I've got line charts which show it going up and the candlestick. So when you're looking at the chart, are you familiar with candlestick charts?
I am. I am. But you could talk
Yeah.
about it for some of the folks that might be listening.
Okay. So I recommend you read out about it separately, but it's just a simple. It came from Japan. It's used for futures trading back, a couple hundred years ago,
Hmm.
and it's a simple way of showing the open and the close and where it traded. So if it's red, it went down, and if it's a sort of green, whatever color, it meant it went up. And it went from this price up, closing at that price for this 3 hour interval.
And that's good to know because I know a lot of people sometimes they go to, let's say, a Coin Market Cap or Crypto Pro or some app like that, and they show you just like one price. Like at the top it says, okay, it's 16 cents in euros, but within each trading cycle, I mean, it might hit 18 cents, 20 cents, 14 cents, 13 cents, whatever it is. It does vary. They're not solid numbers at every interval. So that is great to point out.
Right, and for if you're trading, if you want to make some additional money trading, these are where you make your money.
Hmm.
Like this little I don't know what it's called, a doji or something like this. It went way down here and went shooting back up. So you could have been selling. You could have been buying the XLM down here, and then you could resell it back up here, and you would have made a good 20% because it went almost down to
Just like
10
that.
cents and almost up to 14 cents. So you would have made a good 20% on
Wow.
on a
See?
trade at that point. Now the volume wasn't that big because the volume you can see the volume with this was mostly happening right here in this
Hmm.
3 hour interval. But you can definitely make some money in trading on the Stellar Dex. So here's Stellar X. It was made by the Stellar Foundation, and then I think it's being managed by, I'm not sure who right now, but CoinSquare in Canada bought it, and they were managing it. I know they're going through some reorgs right now, but I think they've got some commitment to continue supporting it.
Okay.
I like that it supports multiple wallets. Um, I like the security system where when you log in, you can forget your key and recover it fairly easily.
Hmm.
Um, on the setting side, though, switching between your different wallets is a bit of a hassle. Like I've got 3 wallets in here. So if you
Mm-hmm.
want to switch, you have to set one of them as your default.
Yeah,
And
that's a good point.
so it's a bit of a hassle.
That was something that I remember not liking either.
Um, you can see your activity here. It's got an activity view. It's got. I like how they kind of sort of cherry pick the tokens for you, so you're not seeing like all the noise. You're just seeing, um, a few. You see the euro token. One's based in euros, dollars, Chinese yen. So, for example, you can see that. Okay, and you click on it, tells you a little bit about it, which is nice.
That is nice. And these are picked because by Stellar Rex themselves, or is it automatically based on the number of trust lines like we saw earlier, like how trusted it is.
They've got some mixture of an algorithm. I don't think that they're picking it. I think it's a mixture of it has to have a proper stellar TOML, which is this file which describes the asset. It has to have. It's got a few things that it needs to have, and then it should show up automatically.
Okay. And if you
Um,
wanted to add a particular trust line that wasn't there, is that pretty simple to do?
Again, I think you just have to add your token to the Stellar Dex, and then have some trades in it, and have a proper so-called Stellar TOML file, and it should show up. It's my
Oh, I'm
understanding.
sorry. No, what I was referring to is so when you go back to they showed on Stellar X a handful of different currencies, right?
Oh, to have
Um,
you have these ones show up? No, I think
right.
like
Okay.
if you create your own Bitcoin, it'll probably show up here.
No, but
Um,
let's say for instance, okay, so let's say it has like a list, but there are other crypto assets besides on Stellar Dex besides the ones that they're showing here, correct? Or
yeah, you
okay,
can
there
add.
you go.
I think you can even add. I've forgotten. I've normally always just traded the ones they're showing, but
Okay, okay.
uh,
Yeah, I see now it opens up. I see now. Yeah, so when yeah, I see right now the plus sign, so it does show everything. Okay, that was what I was thinking about there.
and it's got a nice little chart on how
Mm-hmm.
much the volume is, what the price is. You can add things to your favorites. It's
Neat.
nice. Yep. Let's do a quick trade. So go to markets. The wallet's not bad. They you can send and receive tokens. Um, so like I could send some US dollars, and you click on and you can send token, and you can do deposit and withdraw.
Hmm. I like that. It looks real clean. They've definitely
And
updated it.
yep. And there's a chat box down here. Some guys, which you got to read with a grain of salt because most of the people are kind of anonymous. Um,
The troll box down there. I'll move you up there so people can see the troll bot.
yeah, the troll box is it's kind of entertaining. So let's do a quick trade. Um, where was I? I was doing Euro, XLM.
So once again, everybody, this is the Stellar X. We've seen Stellar Term, Stellar Port, and now Stellar X. So you're getting a trifecta right now. Hat trick.
Patrick. So again, what you do, they've got the order box on the other side on this one, and you can click as well on the spread. What price we okay? If you can click on the price, yeah, you click on the price, it updates it. And I'm going to buy some Euro tokens with some XLM. I'll do 100. Oh, I don't have what's with this account. Okay.
Buy order successfully placed.
There you go. I got a fill.
That was quick. That was quick.
Yep.
Some activity going on today.
So let's do an order where I don't get a fill. Let's make an offer to buy it at 12 cents, and it's trading at 16 cents. I'm just going to do a small amount just as a test, and it should show up in the order book now. Okay, there it is, 12 cents.
12 cents. So if it drops down to 12 cents, you're gonna get it.
Yep, and you can see your open orders here on this side, on the left hand side, and you can then cancel them if you want. Confirms
All
if you want
right.
to cancel. Yeah, I don't have any. What do you think about Stellar X? Are you using it now? What do you use?
Yeah. So I've been using Stellar Term. It's
Yeah.
been a while. Yeah, Stellar X was where I started off at, and but I went to Stellar Term, just the ease of use and adding trust lines and just the way it overall looked. But it's great to see that they've done some updates since they started. It looks a lot cleaner. Um, I like the black layout. I like the charting. It's the ability to get information on the tokens is really clean. I think that I think that you might convince me to give it some more shot right now.
I just find the login a little bit harder. I don't know why in the Stellar X, but maybe that means there's more security. I don't like the switching between accounts. I find is a bit of a
Yes,
hassle. That that
yes, I
that
agree.
could be improved.
I
Um,
definitely agree with that.
and then if you want to change one of I really like how let's switch back to Stellar Term. I really like this function up here where you've got your two assets,
Mm-hmm.
and you can just click on one of them. It's okay. I want to trade euros for dollars now, and
Right.
I really like this, and you can then swap them really easily.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's simple to look at.
Yeah,
you know, it's powerful. It
the,
does everything you need, but it's really simple to look at. You know.
yeah. That's probably why I'm using it. And the other thing I do not like is I don't like the trade history is sort of hidden. It really needs to show up somewhere on the screen because you need to know what the last trade was when you're putting in
Mm-hmm.
an order. I mean, you can look at the chart too. The chart will kind of tell you that, but
Yeah, but it's not as
sometimes,
easy to look at. Yeah, I agree. I
yeah.
do. I do agree with that.
And the one thing that if you use a trading system from a professional company, they'd put a filter here and say, okay, I only want to see trades for over over $5, and just filter
Mm-hmm.
out all the little 1 penny trades. That would be helpful. I noticed none of the trading platforms have this filter
Hey,
feature.
so that's some good feedback for all you guys listening. Add it. Add that feature.
I really like here the accounts. I like being able to see your balance and send. Stellar X is the same thing. They call it wallet, but they're more focused on what's your balance.
Their overall balance.
Yeah, your overall balance, and the assets are sort of hidden down here.
Yeah,
So it's a little bit
and
it's a
and
little bit
just not as
funky.
easy and clean to look at. So maybe
Yeah, yeah.
maybe they can make that bigger. Um, because I mean, like you said, yeah, up there at the top where they have the nice visual. That's cool. That's cool. Now
But
it
it's
would be
over.
neat too if maybe if you click on each wallet, would it change the visual at
You
each
got to
balance?
switch
Sorry,
the
at the
wallets.
bottom.
It's hard. You got to switching the wallets quite hard. Remember, you got to
No, I'm
go
sorry.
to
The
here.
balance is
Yeah.
at the bottom below it. Um, so below where it has your different balances, if you click on those where your assets are, there you go.
Yeah, you can see like I've got 17
Okay, populates
Ethereum in
over
here.
here.
So yeah, I like you can switch the value your base currency. That's pretty good. And it's got a reference. I think that's pretty good. So you generally are not going to make a mistake when you enter an order.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know why no one's put something like a little flag chart that says, okay, like kind of like this one where it says, okay, it's trading, it's trading this price on Kraken, this price on, other exchanges.
Right.
That
Very
that's kind of
nice.
nice to know. Like
So
particularly if you're trading XLM to dollars or XLM to euros, they could get that price from a site like this or from Kraken directly.
earlier you mentioned a strategy. Let's say, let's say for instance you put that sale in, that buy in, for XLM at 12 cents. Could you set up something once you have it? Let's say you get it at 12 cents. Once you have it, that you have a sale already, you know, ready to go. So as soon as it hits, let's say 15 cents again, that your sale it automatically sells. Is that possible?
So there's two ways of doing that right now in Stellar. The first way is this thing called Kelp. Are you familiar with Kelp?
Yep, did a great podcast with Nikhil, who's behind that, who's behind that project. Great, great project.
So this is it's a trading bot written in Golang. It takes a little. It's primarily a command line tool, but it also has a GUI now, or like a front end, so
Okay.
you can trade. I don't use it that much. They've added a strategy I started to use, which is one. He's pretty reactive. I asked him to add this thing called TWAP, which is a time weighted average price, and basically it'll buy over time based on the current price. They've added that. I started testing it. It's
Mm.
pretty. It's pretty. It could be quite useful. He's got this thing where you can take the feeds from all the different exchanges. They've got a bunch of different strategies for balancing. It's probably the best tool if you don't want to write your own code.
Give an example of the you said the time weighted. Can you give an example of how that how that could be used?
So going back to tempo here,
Mm-hmm.
I need to buy some Nigerian tokens for my euro tokens. In fact, I've got right now here, I've got about 20,000 euro that I'm trying to buy. So about $25,000 in
Okay.
25,000 dollars in Nigerian naira that I'm trying to buy. But if you look at the market, look how much there's here. There's an order for $21, 21 euro, another one for 63. So if I
Wow.
go and take at the market, I'm gonna push the whole market down. So one of the strategies I do is I'll put an order in somewhere between the buying the offer and see if someone wants to buy it. Or I'll take this one that I've got right here, and it'll go down to 84 cents. And you can do this programmatically. I do it a mixture of programmatically and with the screen because the
Okay.
liquidity is. You saw what's happened with XLM. It's gone up and down, and it's hard to really predict the price. So if you're going through XLM, you would really need to keep an eye on things. Otherwise, you could lose or make a lot of money just purely on luck. But when you're going between two currencies, like between euro and naira, I know what the official rate is. The official rate is around. I should be able to get it all the way down to 560. So I'm getting a great price here at 584. 584
Mm.
is way better than I could get it if I went to a bank or anywhere else.
So this is forex trading on Stellar.
So as an individual, you could be saving if you needed to send money to Nigeria. You could go in and buy naira and cash it out yourself, and save about 3 or 4%.
Wow. You guys hear that? That's a real use case right there. And that's practical. That's practical use case.
One last thing, I just want to talk about how I put in orders into the order book.
Okay, please.
Normally, what you do is you do sort of like a. Did you ever study economics where there's a sort of supply and demand, and it looks like a U?
Yeah. Uh huh.
So economics 101. So what you would do normally, and I'm getting some fills now, you put your lower price and you put a smaller amount. So I've got for 583, I'm offering to sell, a little over 580, under 580 euro. 595, I'm willing to sell 4,000. So, 10 times as much almost. If they come up to almost if they come up to 600, 606, I'll do another 8,000. So what you do is you sort of put larger amounts further out. And sometimes you'll get a hit. Sometimes somebody needs to buy, they got Naira and they need euros right away. They'll come and buy it and they'll pay an extra 2-3%, or even 5% or 10% in some cases, just so they could get the trade done quickly. So by putting orders in the order book, you can make additional money. And I might not get a fill here at 606. I probably won't. But if someone is really in a real rush, I'll get an extra couple percent.
Yeah, you know what? I can remember when first starting off in crypto, and there would be times where you wanted to jump in on something for whatever reason, and yeah, you would do just that. You don't have time. You just want to go ahead and get your sale done, get your buy done, and move on. So that's a great simple tip right there. I know I've done that in the past to buy something.
And so, yeah, in order to make 3 to 5% additional money, you put the lower price, the smaller amount, and then slowly go up. And this is the way the professionals do it as well. It's
Okay.
exactly what the trading bots do, and everyone does. You can even see this looks like a trading bot here. This one here, he puts this trading bot will sell you euros for 608
Mm-hmm.
at 20 euros, and 611 it'll sell you 60.
Right.
So
Right.
they put
Right.
it smaller and then a little bit higher. The strategy these guys use, I've seen them before, is every 5 seconds they refill. So to reduce risk, they'll put in at 608, and then if someone takes the order at 608, they'll put another order at 608, and another every 5 seconds, so that they can not get killed if the price moves too much.
Wow. Wow.
Whereas with Tempo, we know we need to buy Naira. I need to buy at least $24,000 worth of Naira for Monday. So that's why
Mm-hmm.
I'm good to put in, the whole thing on the order book,
Okay.
because I've got a real need. I've got a client who's going to come in and buy them on, Monday or Tuesday. So I need to have them in stock for them.
That's
Now,
great.
the other thing I found is that the Naira will trade differently against XLM, and the Euro will trade differently from the XLM. So sometimes when you're trading a pair, like this is two stable coins.
Mm-hmm.
I like that this shows you the last price, and this is basically an XLM price. So I can see here, if I pay 583, then it's basically $1.98 for the euro. So if I go to
Okay.
euro to dollar, it's 120. So I'm getting basically the right price there.
Wow.
If I go
Yep.
585, it'll be exactly 520.
Wow. Once again, just showing the real world use that Stellar provides. Um, are you okay with, I guess, sharing with the audience listening in, a little bit more about Tempo? Because this is the second time we've done it, and you will have different clients with different needs where you're using Stellar's decentralized exchange for real world use. Can you share a little bit about Tempo and kind of your services?
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's a pretty good video up at Meridian, where they go over what people are using Tempo for to Nigeria. That's the biggest use case.
Mm-hmm.
We also did it. We also send money to Philippines, a fair amount with Coins PH. Um, that's it's still going as well. And we're opening up other corridors like Brazil with N tokens, and other corridors to Mexico, Argentina.
That's great. That's great. And once again, for those listening that may be new, um, the great thing from the consumer standpoint is they're not seeing any of this. They literally can go into a tempo market, a storefront,
Sure. Yep.
and bring their cash, and all this is happening. This is really happening right now, uh, thanks to Tempo and the power that Stellar provides. Sometimes I still get people that send me, I guess trolls, I guess you can say. They say, "Oh, Stellar's not really being used." Yes, it is. It's being used. This is a real business. I'll definitely post a link to that Meridian 2020 video with you guys in the Cowrie Exchange. It was a very impressive video that they put together.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I was thinking for the next video we could discuss kelp, um, or we could get JST online because they're another one who's trading on Stellar.
Okay.
I'm happy. I'd be interested in joining you. Maybe we could have a three-way call with JST.
Yeah, we
Uh,
can we can absolutely set that up. That'll be great.
okay. Okay. I'll ping them over the weekend and maybe we can talk with them next week.
Sounds good. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, it's real world use, and we have somebody in Anthony Barker who's been involved with Stellar for since the beginning. I mean, to be quite honest with you, and he has an active business, Tempo Money Transfers, that is up and running right now, utilizing Stellar for real world use. Uh, Anthony, it was a real great pleasure. I'm going to go ahead and end this call. You hang on tight. We'll chat a little bit afterwards.
Great.
But everybody out there, I hope you enjoy it. Replay it, reshare it. If you have any questions or suggestions that you'd like to see, please shoot me a direct message, and we'll see about getting a video just for that. Take care.
Happy trading.
Happy trading.